We are the group 5. The assigned topic for our group is the TQM in education. By the way, my name is Inzal Ilaw, the assigned leader. So, my group mates are Miss Cruz Ana Mariel, Miss Nuesca Jasamay, Miss Regahar Rebecca Ann, Miss Villacampa Ira, Mr. Calusor John Patrick, and also Garcia Kirby.
Good day everyone. We are Group 5. Our topic for today is all about total quality management in education. Introduction. While many of us may feel that we are now all part of the quality movement, there is still a huge gap between the rhetoric and real understanding. The philosophies of the pioneers of the quality movement, Deming, Duran, and Crosby, have not been translated very accurately into the practice of education. The origins of total quality management or TQM can be traced back to the early 1950s when William Edwards Deming worked with Japanese automobile manufacturers to improve product quality. The aim was to help Japan rebuild after the devastation of World War II and regain a competitive edge in the global marketplace. Joseph Duran and Philip Crosby also played a key role in developing, each with their own unique contribution. Duran emphasized the importance of continuous improvement, while Crosby focused on the need to organization to meet customer expectation. Over time, TQM has become an essential element of business strategy for many organizations. TQM as a management model with its emphasis on leadership, strategy, teamwork, rigorous analysis and self-assessment has a universal message. TQM education has it's a message, the idea that every student has worth and demands the best possible chance in life. To apply TQM in school, each individual in that school should be involved in improving the quality of education. It is not something that the management applies or dedicates to the staff, but rather a system where there is continuous effort from each management and staff member to do everything properly and effectively. The concept of TQM in education encourage to people educate and develop themselves to work in teams, to think for themselves and believe that things can be continually improved.
Good day, I am John Patrick M. Calusor, the next reporter. So, my report is, what does TQM mean? So, ang Total Quality Management po ay sila po yung mga naka-assign para makasigurado ang isang company na quality ang product or services na i-offer nila sa mga customer. So, kailangan po nila dito makuha yung satisfaction ni customer. Yung parang babalik-balikan po ni customer yung product na binebenta nyo or yung service na ino-offer ng company nyo. So, next topic ko po is i-explain ko po tong do the right things right the first time, every time. So you need to do the right decision po in the first place every time, di ba po? Para din po ito sa atin, hindi lang po sa goal ng TQM. Kasi po marami po sa atin yung nahihiya lang sa mga suggestion nila. Yung para po bang natatakot sila na baka pagtawanan yung opinion nila. Okay lang naman po magkamali. Part po yan ng pagiging isang successful. Kasi po, swertehin na lang kung magtatayo ka ng business na isang iglap milyonaryo ka kaagad, di ba? So, ayun po, we need to trust ourselves.
I am Rebecca Ann Regal, and I'm the one who will discuss the philosophical leaders of the quality movement. The philosophical leaders of the quality movement are Philip Crosby, William Edwards Deming, and Joseph Moises Duran. Cause of poor quality. In the 1950s, Duran developed a cost of quality approach, which enabled companies to assess the cost related to quality. He divided cost of poor quality into cost of nonconformities, cost of inefficient processes, and cost of lost opportunities for sales revenue. Some of the benefits are quality issues are translated into financial measures, indicates the scale of opportunity presented by current poor quality performance, and effective measurement of improvement. Some of the issues are inaccurate cost, requires trust to be effective, recalculation has to be consistent, recurring cost, there are unknown elements, and benefits from cost of quality usage diminish with the maturity of the quality system. Deming summarizes his management philosophy in 14 points for the transformation of traditional management of the organization. These are create constancy of purpose, adopt the new philosophy, cease dependence on mass inspection, cease award of business on price tag alone, improve constantly and forever the system of production and service, institute training, institute leadership, drive out fear, break down barriers between departments, eliminate slogans, exhortations, and targets, eliminate numerical quotas for the workforce and numerical goals for management, remove barriers that deny people pride of workmanship, institute a vigorous program of education and self-improvement, and lastly, take action to accomplish the transformation. The system of profound knowledge. The system of profound knowledge is the basis for application of the 14 points of transformation. With its 4 points, it advocates holistic approach, appreciation of a system, knowledge of variation, theory of knowledge, and knowledge of psychology. The second philosopher that I will discuss is Joseph Moises Duran. While Deming focused more on the statistical approach to control, Duran focused on managing for quality. Although he was also invited to help the Japanese rebuild their economy, he never collaborated with Deming. The quality trilogy, cause of poor quality approach, popularization of the Pareto principle, and quality circles, and adding human dimension to quality management are considered to be his major contributions. In his work, he advocated embedding quality into the corporate culture, creating quality habit through a four-stage approach. These are goals, establish specific goals for an organization. Second, plans, detail ways to achieve these goals. Third, responsibilities, assign tasks for executing the plans. And lastly, rewards, base reward. Deming Will. Deming Will was based on the Shewhart cycle. In his book, Shewhart presented the first version of Shewhart's circle, consisting of three steps: a specification, production, and inspection. In 1951, Deming modified it for his lecture at the Japanese Union of Scientists and Engineers, presenting it with four steps: design, production, sale, and research. Japanese executives called it Deming Will and transformed it into PDCA cycle. In his later work, Deming modified PDCA cycle to PDSA cycle, substituting check phase with study phase. PDCA cycle is still used today, both in original form and its variations. First, I will discuss who William Edwards Deming is and what his contribution in quality management. William Edwards Deming is considered to be the pioneer and the founder of the quality movement. After Second World War, he was involved in planning of the Japanese census. At that time, Japanese engineers were studying Schuart's methods and techniques. Since Deming was a student of Walter Andrew Schuart, they decided to invite him help them rebuild the Japanese economy. Deming's work in Japan resulted in Japanese factories dominating the manufacturing sector with high quality and low cost. The domination lasted for approximately 2 decades, from 1970s to 1990s. Ironically, his methods gained recognition in the United States after his death. His major contributions to the quality management field are the 14 points, the deadly diseases, the system of profound knowledge, and the Deming Wheel. The deadly diseases represent threats to successful implementation of the aforementioned 14 points of transformation, preventing companies from achieving world-class excellence. These deadly diseases are lack of constancy of purpose, emphasis on short-term profits, evaluation by performance, merit rating or annual review of performance, mobility of management, running a company on visible figures alone, excessive medical costs, excessive costs of warranty, fueled by lawyers who work for contingency fees. In addition to the major threats represented, he also laid out minor threats. These are neglecting long range planning, relying on technology to solve problems, seeking examples to follow rather than developing solutions, excuses such as our problems are different, obsolescence in school that management skill can be taught in classes, reliance on quality control departments rather than management, supervisors, managers of purchasing and production workers, placing blame on workforces who are only responsible for 15% of mistakes where the system designed by management is responsible for 85% of the unintended consequences. And lastly, relying on quality inspection rather than improving product. Duran was inspired by financial processes of budgeting, cost control, expense control, and cost reduction, profit improvement. He created parallel processes for quality, namely quality planning, quality control, and quality improvement. Third and last philosopher of quality movement is Philip Crosby. Crosby developed quality as free and zero defect concepts and believed that appropriate quality management would contribute to growth and survival of a company. He emphasized that investments in the quality program would be significantly lower than saving returns resulting from implementation of such program, hence resulting in free quality. Also, he considered that the cost of quality are as high as 20% of sales. Quality crises in North America occurred between 1970s and 1980s due to increased market share of Japanese high-quality products. In those times, Crosby proposed drift principle, meaning do it right the first time principle, supported by four major principles. Those principles were: the definition of quality is conformance to requirements. Requirements meaning both the product and the customer's requirements. Second, the system of quality is prevention. Third, the performance standard is zero defects relative to requirements. And lastly, the measurement of quality is the price of non-conformance. Besides aforementioned principles, he also proposed a 14-point plan for improving quality. These are Management must be clearly committed to the importance of quality. Quality improvement programs need to be supported by a multifunctional team. Quality measures need to be in place. The cost of quality needs to include the price of non-conformance as well as the price of conformance so as to help prioritize action. Quality awareness needs to be promoted throughout the organization. Improvements and ideas need to be actioned at the appropriate level of an organization. The goal is to achieve a position of zero defects. Education and training should form the basis of any quality program. A specific future date should be established as zero defects days. Management needs to set goals. Everyone is to be responsible for identifying the source of defects and errors. A quality program should receive public, non-financial recognition. A quality council should be formed to help share experiences, problems, and ideas. Lastly, to highlight the never-ending process of quality programs, companies then need to return again to step 1.
Understand and appreciate the system is understanding the various process of the business, and also business is a system. Action in one part of the system will have affect the other part. We often call this unintended consequence. By learning about system, we can better avoid this unintended consequence and optimize the whole system. History of Quality Management by Deming, Concept of Profound Knowledge. Next is knowledge of values, understanding how and why quality may vary within the business. Next is theory of knowledge, is understanding how your workers act and think based on what they believe to be true. In this next slide, you can see the Deming System Profound Knowledge. Nandyan yung apat na kasama rin dun sa concept ni Deming. Nandyan yung appreciate the system, knowledge of variation, knowledge of psychology, and also theory of knowledge. And lastly is the knowledge of psychology. This is understanding the concept of human nature that instruct your workers' belief and motivations.
Dr. Joseph M. Duran, he is the most renowned for coining the phrase fitness for use or purpose. The importance of this idea is that a product or services can meet its specification and yet not be fit for its purpose. So, dito po is halimbawa ay kapag ang isang tao ay naaayon sa mga pangangailangan. Halimbawa, kapag bata ka, yung mga pangangailangan mo lang is yung mga kanyari damit, pagkain. Pero pag ikay tumanda or nagdalaga or nagbinata is dumadami yung needs and wants mo. So, the specification may be faulty or it may not accord with what the customer wants. Meeting specification can be a necessary condition of quality in the most instances, but is not a sufficient one. Today, the workforce is educated. Workers know what is needed to improve their jobs, and companies that do not tap into the significant source of knowledge will truly be at a competitive disadvantage. So, according to Philip Crosby, quality is zero defect. Meaning of zero defect is the way of thinking and doing that reinforce and the notion that defects are not acceptable and that everyone should do not things right the first time. So, sa zero defect ay kailangan tama yung simula una pa lang. Example, sa pag nagsosolve tayo ng isang formula is dapat tama na yung simula. Kapag kasi mali ka na ng solution kahit 0.1 pa lang, is mali na lahat. Then next is continuous improvement. So, continuous improvement, sometimes called continual improvement, is the ongoing improvement of products, services, or the processes through incremental and breakthrough improvements. Example po dito is logistic. Ito yung mga nagtitinda ng jock engine, yung mga trucking. So, every month, meron silang target na 1 million per month. Now, they have to continue to improve the process so they can have more income every month to improve the sales and profit. So, next, a measurement. Price of conformance. The cost of conformance refers to the expenses incurred to ensure that products or services adhere to established quality standards. So, here naman po, ang example natin ay century tuna. Kapag po ang sardinas ginawa na hand contact or hinawakan sa paglagay sa lata, ayun po ay walang standard, di ba po? So, they use the proper machine and they produce quality products and food hazard. Next po is the price of non-conformance. The cost of non-conformance is the money spent by the company when it fails to ensure the required quality of its products and services. Ito yung kapag gumagawa sila ng new product, pinapa-taste test muna nila sa mga consumer. So, pag hindi pumatok, hindi na nila ilo-launch. That is the example of price of non-conformance. They invest money but sometimes it fails. In basic principles of TQM, management-led approach. So, business teams have a clarity on the need for the solution and perceived benefits resulting in an active sponsor for the innovation from the start. So, before you start a business, dapat meron kang puhunan or sponsor para masimulan mo ito at maklarify mo yung mga need mo sa business and to make solution to make it grow. Next is the scope of company-wide. So, business scope refers to the area in which a company operates and its specific products or services. Example nito is yung magbebenta ka ba ng ice cream sa North Pole. Di ba hindi? You have to see kung ano yung mga demands and needs ng consumer mo sa lugar na pagtatayuan mo ng negosyo. Then, scale of everyone is responsibility for quality. It is the everyone's responsibility. All the teams, including the stakeholders, has a stake in ensuring that the deliverables produced are of high quality. Explanation po nito is, it is the everyone's responsibility. Why? To deliver or the sell goods, product, like ice creams, food cuts, etc. Dahil kapag good quality na nade-deliver mo sa seller, mabebenta nila ito sa mga consumer. At hindi na ito magbigiging BO or called bad order or return stock. Next is philosophy of prevention, not detection. So, prevention, not detection is the key to producing high quality. Ito yung key para makapag-produce ka ng quality products. You have to prevent what is coming to your product. Alam mo yung magagawa ka ng products at dapat malinis yung gagawin mo, and you have to do is the pest control, clean facilities, you have to implement LEGO or called clean as you go. Next is standard right first time. Right first time or RFP is manufacturing process used to reduce waste and improve quality. So, ang example po dito, yung mga kilalang products is dapat pag gumagawa sila is quality yung gawa nila. Like mga tiles na panlagay sa bahay, pagbasag yun is mabebenta pa ba, di ba? Hindi na. So, ang una pa lang, dapat maayos na yung paggawa para malis yung pagdidispose ng mga product at hindi rin lumaki yung expenses ng inyong business. So next is cost of quality. The cost of quality includes all the costs associated with the quality of a product, from preventive cost intended to reduce or eliminate failures, cost of processes controls to maintain quality levels, and the cost related to failure, both internal and external. Kapag gagawa ka ng product, dapat yung quality ay hindi tinipid para babalik-balikan ka ng consumer and para iwas tapon ng mga maling products. Kailangan quality yung gagawin mo para mai-recommend ka sa mga relatives nila, friends nila, at mas mag-grow pa yung negosyo mo. Lastly is team ongoing improvement. Improvement team is a tool in the form of a poster that works a conveyor belt for continuous improvement once the prospective is over. So, here po, ang example natin, just like this the board, pinapakita nito yung nasa ngayon, ito yung problema sa mga quality of products natin, then ito yung target or planning natin na maayos. Yung mga product and the quality, then the last is yung step to improve the products para mag-produce ka ng quality and improvement of the product. Thank you po. The next reporter is Ms. Celeriana Pauline.
Good day everyone, my name is Pauline Claire Celeriana and I will discuss according to Deming. So according to Deming, a system of quality improvement is helpful to anyone who turns out a product or is engaged in service or in research and wishes to improve the output of the organization. So according to Deming, the father of quality control, the system of quality improvement is nakakatulong sa lahat ng mga naglalabas ng product o sa mga nagbibigay at nagtatangkilik ng serbisyo na mapabuti ang outcome ng isang business. And nakakatulong ito sa mga dapat gawin upang mabago ang kalidad ng kultura ng isang organisasyon o kumpanya, and to help establish and ensures that quality is built into every aspects of the product or service. And next is hierarchy. First is students. So dito naman ang mga students ang siyang workers and products, because as a student, sila yung gumagawa ng mga grades nila at nakadepende sa quality of works nila kung paano sila makakakuha ng mataas na grades. And number 2 is teachers. So dito naman ang mga teachers ang siyang namamahala at leader sa klase. At kung sa school ang teacher nagtuturo sa mga students para matuto, ganun din sa isang organisasyon. Ang mga leader ang nagtuturo sa mga empleyado para matuto sa mga gawain. And number 3 is administrators. Sila naman yung mga taong kinabibilangan sa pagtulong sa pag-organize at pangangasiwa ng isang organisasyon. At ang pagiging productive ng isang organisasyon ay nakasalalay sa kakayahan ng mga namamahala at manggagawa. At ayon nga kay Deming, ang pagiging success ng isang organisasyon ay nakasalalay kung paano sila i-guide, i-handle o i-manage ng administrasyong nasa taas nila. And the last is number 4, Board of Education. Board of Education or School Board is the board of directors or board of trustees of a school. Sila naman yung mga nagde-develop ng mga annual budget to run school systems and setting school policies, and nagbibigay sila ng mga directions at pangasiwa para sa mga professional na namamahala sa pang-araw-araw na operasyon sa mga paaralan. That's all. Thank you.
Quality characteristic 1. Change management philosophy. The new management philosophy focuses on achieving quality, which is defined as meeting and exceeding the needs and expectation of clients. A second focus is on the acceptance and pursuit of continuous improvement as the only useful standard or goal. The philosophy holds that example and experience teach from little about theory and that experience is not always useful knowledge. However, the view philosophy is based on the acquisition and application of knowledge. This knowledge referred to as profound knowledge. Four components of profound knowledge. In order to provide leadership for total quality, people in leadership must be able to understand and apply this concept. First is the systematic thinking. This is the interdependence of functions with their sub-processes and of the organization with its people. Example given are a network of interdependent components that work together. Second is the theory of variation. This is the understanding of the difference between common and special causes. An understanding of variation will enable educational leaders to work toward quality within the framework of individual differences. The existence of variation is why a state of zero defects does not occur and why numerical goals are not feasible. Theory of knowledge. Only through a theory of knowledge can one understand the past and predict the future. A major component of total quality management is prediction. Only through prediction and long-term perspectives can school expect to succeed over a long period of time. Last is the knowledge of psychology. The new philosophy is based on the understanding and their people and their differences, and a commitment to applying a systematic thinking to the people system. School leadership's aim is to free up the potential and its different attributes of the people of the organization. Control to this new management will be the 14 points of William Edwards Deming derived from industry and geared toward a program of total quality management.
Good day everyone! So today, I'll discuss kung ano nga ba yung element of success ng total quality management in education. So let's start. So the first is yung management support. So kapag sinabi nating management support, these are the things that a manager can do to improve the business itself. So bale nakafocus tayo sa TQM in education. So, ang pwedeng maging halimbawa dyan is the teacher and the students. So, if sa company, manager ang accountable sa growth and improvement ng mga employees, so, ganun rin sa teacher and students. So, ipagpalagay natin na ang teachers are the manager. So, syempre, understandable naman na they are the ones who will improve the students' productivity. Sila ang nag-encourage in achieving the students' goal. And of course, they will provide direction and they are the one who will help the students in moving things forward. And syempre, ang role naman ng students, ipagpalagay nating sila ang workers or employees. Ang tanging responsibilidad nila is to learn things and thus to teach themselves. Kumbaga, yung management support, it is about creating a supportive and healthy environment na makakatulong sa bawat isa when it comes to decision making. So, the second one is the mission statement. So, kapag sinabi naman nating mission statement, it is a public declaration ng schools or other educational organizations na nagde-describe ng purpose and commitments ng school. So, kagaya ng school natin, PLSP, 'di ba, may mission statement tayo na nagde-describe kung ano yung purpose ng school natin. Kapag sinabi nating purpose, it is the reason for which something exists. And kapag sinabi nating commitment, it obligate us to do something. So, meaning, tinayo ang school natin because may purpose sila, and syempre, ayun yung to help us students, and kung natulungan naman nila tayo, we have the responsibility, or we are obliged to be more responsible to learn and to follow whatever needs to be followed. So the third one is yung customer and bottom line focus. So self-explanatory lang naman to. When we say customer focus, means putting your customers' needs first. So, syempre, given nga na kailangan unahin natin kung ano yung kailangan ng ating mga customers. Additionally, we should provide best solution to their problem and rather than the best products in general. Ibig sabihin, we need to give them the best solution sa kung ano man yung problem na meron sila, kaysa magbigay lang tayo basta-basta ng best products, then the rest bahala na sila. Syempre, customer-focused businesses foster a company culture dedicated to enhancing customer satisfaction. Kapag nasatisfy natin sila, hindi lang tayo nakakabuo ng strong customer relationship, syempre, nakakagawa din tayo ng way for us to have a loyal and repeated customers who will come back over and over again. So, kapag naman sinabi nating bottom line focus, it is about profit. Yung term na bottom line, it refers to any actions that may increase or decrease net earnings. Kapag ang company is nag-grow or nag-increase ang earnings, and at the same time, nababawasan or nare-reduce kung ano man yung cost or expense ng company, ibig sabihin, nag-i-improve yung tinatawag nating bottom line. So, yung bottom line, focus, kumbaga, self-explanatory lang din to. Ang goal lang nito is to create an earning profit para sa mga owners and shareholders, and it gives the company a way to measure kung ano na ba talaga yung lagay ng profitability ng company for a specific period of time. Next is yung teamwork or effective meeting. So, kapag sinabi naman nating teamwork or conducting an effective meeting, it is about information sharing, problem solving, and creates employee responsibility. So, mahalaga naman talaga ang teamwork sa isang company. Siyempre, dyan lalabas yung kung ano yung kaya nating gawin, lalo na we have different skills and abilities, and dito makikita kung ano yung strength natin as an individual. So, dito natin maibibigay yung best natin, and dito madedevelop yung working relationship ng isang organization. So, ganun lang din when it comes to education. Teamwork allows us students to form relationships with our classmates, which can foster a positive and supportive learning environment. So, when the whole team works as one or as a whole, lahat tayo may opportunity to learn from each other. And the last is yung dedicated resources. So, kapag sinabi naman nating dedicated resources are teams or individuals often outsourced who work full-time on a particular task or project. In simple explanation, yung dedicated resources, ito yung mga tao na tumutulong para mapadali yung trabaho na meron ang company. There are a number of different school administration tasks that can be outsourced. So, pwede yung sa payroll, human resource, finance, and marketing. So, given naman na each school will have different needs. May kanya-kanyang pangangailangan ang school. But, in terms of outsourcing, it is very important na pumili tayo ng tamang task na suit or align doon sa ina-outsource natin. Syempre, it will help the school in creating an effective and efficient work environment, and the more na tama tayo sa napili nating outsourced individual, the more yun na mas mapapadali yung trabaho na meron tayo.